Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 5, Book 4, Koldo, the Arctic Warrior. Gotta be the best book of Series 5 now. Best book of Series 5 indeed. I must say, I was really surprised with how good this one was, but I'm gonna cool things off and get straight to it. But first I want to point out that the prologue actually starts off and begins very differently, because the villagers use torches to weaken the Ice Warrior, and as we know that the Ice Warrior, Koldo, is meant to be under an evil spell, but of course the villagers end up capturing him and he loses his enchantment shield. So when we cut to Tom, and Tom and friends are still on their quest, and Tom is still poisoned by the crab poison, of course, but they use the amulet to find that they've got to look for some scales, and of course the next piece, Koldo. Tom and friends find a glacier, and they go into this cave, and they have to leave Storm and Silver outside. They come across some of Velmar's creatures, who are these bird things. They fight them off, and eventually they see the scales. However, they come across a bear later on, and they've got to get past that. The bear wakes up, while Ellen and then gets separated. Tom eventually gets the scales, but has to run at the second exit. Eleanor tells them there's another way out. Tom eventually gets out of there, and then they've got the scales. Mind you, that bear fight did get tense, so I did like that. Moving on, Tom and friends make it to the village, and shocked to see, of course, that people are cheering. And of course, as we know, Koldo is captured in ropes and shackles. But Tom can't see any sign of enchantment that's causing Koldo to be evil or attack. So he is told by a villager to go and see the council members. Turns out he goes to the council chambers and they have the shield. They're trying to convince them to release Koldo because he's not a threat without the shield, so he should be okay. Of course they don't want to do that because he's their highest profit. Eventually, Freya shows up, and that's where it gets interesting. Freya shows up, and she's going to return the shield back to Koldo, and that's where shit's going to go down. So this is an interesting change. Instead of the beast attacking straight off the bat, or being normally that, this is a very different way of doing it. It's like the people have actually fought and actually caught a beast, and now it's order for Freya to put things right. She does what she best and brings back her beast. And in order to free him completely, the shield must be gone. So yeah, it's a very tense book with trying to keep Freya away from the beast and trying to keep the people's wrong greed from using him. It's all about freedom for Koldo, from the people, from Freya, basically freedom right. Anyway, of course, Freya takes the shield and tries to return it back to Koldo. After some chase sequences, eventually Tom catches up to her on the ice lake where, it's where Koldo is imprisoned on this ice lake, surrounded by torches. Eventually, of course, Tom stops him, but eventually Freya, instead of confronting them, she cracks the ice and eventually weakens it, tosses the shield to Koldo, and since Koldo is a minion of Freya because she's the mistress of the beasts in Gwildor, he has to obey her. So of course he picks up the shield and becomes evil again, even though he doesn't want to be evil. So then we've got the finale of Tom facing against Koldo, and the first half, they battle in the ice lake. Tom and Koldo battle in the ice lake while Eleanor gets the villagers to safety. However, Tom uses the scales to help him balance eventually, because he finally remembers about those he got. And as he goes through, he eventually gets cornered by Koldo. And after some more fighting, Koldo grabs Tom by the waist, and Eleanor distracts him with a torch, while Tom uses his sword to slash off the shield arm, and he's free. Because, no shield, sinks in the water, he's free. Tom also falls into the ice water, but it's rescued by Koldo in order to thank him for, his freeing. Tom and Eleanor know that the villagers will be okay with Koldo now, because they saw enough to put two and two together that it was Freya and Velma's enchantment that caused this, so they have trust in him. Velma shows up and delivers a threat, of course, says you've been interfering too long, blah 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 blah. I'm going to send my next beast after you. Basically, you know, one of Velma's average taunts. Until next time, guys. That was all of book 4 of series 5. As you can see from what I've said, it's a very good book. It's well paced, nothing over drags apart from the first few chapters at the beginning. But it's all there to get the scales, and yeah, it's okay. But once you get down to the village stuff and the Freya stuff, it all comes down willy-nilly on this big epic tense thing. So far, Koldo's got to be a very good book for me on Series 5. Till next time, guys, I believe we'll be doing of Terror. That's going to be good there. Till next time, guys, Terror. My mistake, guys, it's actually called Tremor. So next time we'll be doing with Tremor, you know, the worm beast. So till then, guys, Tremor.